With my debut feature film Melanie's Grave due for release soon, I thought it would be a great opportunity to catch up with some of the cast and talk about their experiences making the film. People don't know who you are, so would you like to introduce yourself and what character you played on Melanie's Grave?
Yeah, I'm Helen Coverdale. I'm an actor based in the North East and I played D.S. Walls.
So it's been 8 years since you played D.S. Walls, and then we're finally getting the film released this September. How does that feel that we're finally getting it released and other people are going to be able to see it? And was it worth the wait?
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, I'm really pleased everyone's going to get to see it because it's really good. And was it worth the wait? Well, it's worth the wait, of course, because we get to see it. But for me, I just got on with my life and carried on and did other jobs. But for you, as well as doing other jobs, you were also obviously struggling to get it, all the problems that you had and everything. So I'm sure you know it's worth the wait. But yeah, all kudos to you, Garry. That's all I can say.
Cheers. So, can you remember what it was like playing D.S. Walls?
I've got a bad long-term memory in a way, but I remember it was sunny outside and I remember that I had to play her with not too much emotion because a lot of police obviously have seen a lot and done a lot and have to stay professional and kind of have a poker face if they don't trust the person speaking to, or even if they feel compassionate towards the person speaking to, they have to be careful. So I remember being like that, not showing too much emotion, I think. That's about it really. I remember I had brown hair then, it's that long ago.
The scenes that you've got in the film, you've only got a limited kind of role in the film.
Yeah.
I think you were only there for maybe 1 or 2 days for like shooting.
Yeah.
But do you have any kind of good memories of working on the film? What kind of stands out for you?
I remember meeting your dad outside in the sun, that was nice. And I remember it was a good atmosphere because I knew some of the people already and knew you already, and everyone was supportive and getting on. And the food was nice. That's what I remember, yeah.
So having said that, is there anything that kind of sticks out that was the worst memory? Things that you didn't particularly like about the production?
No, I can't remember. I would remember if it was anything bad, but I can't remember anything.
So you had a good time on the film?
Yeah.
Well, that's good, that's nice to know.
Mm-hmm.
So can you remember how you got cast in the role of D.S. Walls? Because originally, you might not know this, but originally Rachel Meredith, who went on to play Mel in the film, she was originally cast as D.S. Walls, and then when the person who was playing Mel left the production, he recast Rachel as Mel, so
right.
then that role became available.
Yeah.
But can you remember the process of what you went through to get that role?
I think what happened, because I didn't know any of that, but obviously I knew you already. In fact, I probably knew you from playing policeman, actually, I think. So, and I think you contacted me on, well, it would have been Facebook, and I asked for some footage, showreel probably, or something like that. And yeah, and then I got it, if I remember rightly.
So I think we'd kind of worked together on things like, I don't know if it was George Gently or Veer or something like that, wasn't it?
Being one of them, yeah. So
for people who aren't familiar with your character, can you kind of describe her, what she was like as a person?
I think what I thought about her was just what I thought that maybe policemen nowadays are, or policewomen nowadays are like. Because my uncle was a policeman in Bristol, but that was a long time ago, and he was like typical Bobby on the beat, although actually he was a dog handler. So I didn't base it on him. I based it more on kind of a tougher girl, maybe had a bit of a tough upbringing. Nothing fazed her, or certainly by that point anyway, because she was detective sergeant by then. So she was clever enough, took everything in. And yeah, if anything did faze her, then she wouldn't allow that to show, because she was professional.
No thanks, we won't be long. Sit down, Miss Meadows.
Will he be touching my stuff? Should have had a search warrant. That is what is required.
He's just looking.
So, because you were playing a police detective, did you actually do any research into police, or did you just take kind of your cue from the script?
It was mainly from the script. Again, because I didn't know anybody that was a policewoman apart from my uncle, who was a different era then. And yeah, the only police that you see police on television, don't you? Like if there's a missing person or something like that, or after a court case. Then the only other time the police are in the news, in my experience, don't want to follow those. The ones that are in the news in a way for the bad reasons. So I just took most of my from the script. Yeah.
So if you ever got the chance again to play that same character, DS Walls, for example, if we did a sequel, would you be up for playing her again?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Is that an offer?
Good to know. Give me some money and I'll make one. Are there any memories that kind of stand, I know we kind of touched on that a little bit, was there any memories that kind of stand out about the whole process of just being on set and how the crew kind of operated, or you kind of worked alongside Jade?
Yeah, that was early days for me, that. So I'd done theatre work before, but I hadn't done a lot of film work. That's why I used to like doing the short films and things to get experience. I just remember it being a lot of technical speak, a lot of words that you used. Like the only one I can remember is Blondie. That was one of the lights, wasn't it? But there was things like that, which I'm used to now. But then it was just like, oh, is that referring to me? Obviously I wasn't blonde, I don't mean that. But it's just like, what's all that about? And everything so close, because it wasn't just the camera, it was the lights and the poles holding the lights and everything. And how to walk. So you don't bang into anything or you don't block anything. It's completely different to stage. It's less freeing than stage, but the end result is rewarding. So yeah, that's the main bit I remember.
So when you got the script, I can't remember if I sent you the full script or whether it was just your section of the script. Is that what you got? Or?
I think it was just my section, because I remember watching it with you afterwards and I didn't know the storyline. So I obviously had a general idea, but I didn't know what was going to happen.
Right.
I knew something about running through the woods, because I think you'd had a problem running through the woods or something, and that was about it. So it was just my section of the script, yeah.
So apart from Jade, you were acting alongside Rachel, who plays Mel.
Yeah.
And you had to do the interviews with her, sitting on the sofa in the room.
Right.
Can you remember, obviously having not read the script of her part, really, the rest of the film, did you have any kind of thought about the way she was playing that character? Did it kind of...
Yeah, I mean...
Did it come as a shock the way she played it in some of the bits? Or?
I think before I was on the camera, I think she was doing something upstairs and I could hear screaming and stuff. So I knew there was something crazy going on. But I liked the way she played it when she was on the settee, because she was like, there was a lot of internal tenseness. A lot of that came out. So that was really good. And that's the main, with your memory, you don't remember certain words, do you really? It's more just the atmosphere and the ideas, and I just remember that she was very tense. Not her being tense, it was her character being tense. Yeah.
So is there anything else you want to add? Any kind of observations about the whole film process that we went along on or your particular journey, or anything that you've kind of stands out?
My journey was quite easy. Like I say, it was, a few terminology and different words and stuff that I wasn't used to then, so it was a good learning experience for me. But I think what I remember a lot that stands out is the updates that you gave us on Facebook and all the stuff that you were going through to get it to this stage, without me even knowing that stuff had gone on before that in a way as well. I think that's what stands out, and that you just kept going and kept going and kept going. So that was really good, yeah.
Well, I think that's all the questions I've got for you, Helen. So I just thank you for coming today, and it's been nice to meet you again and speak to you again.
Yeah, and you, Garry. Thank you.
Thank you.